This program contains mature situations and disturbing references, and without them we wouldn't be getting any audience at all.
Hello, my name is Steve Smith. Tonight's movie is a bit unusual even by our standards. Originally called Terror in the Haunted House, we thought it worked better as Terror in the Rented House. I'll be replacing the voice of newlywed Sheila Wayne Justin Tierney.
You don't really think that having sex has anything to do with me being married, do you?
No, I merely noted the coincidence.
There have been virtually no feature films that explore the relationship between a dissatisfied tenant and the landlord. This movie will either correct that injustice or explain why it exists. Let's watch.
Did I admit to having sex this time, Doctor?
No, it was the same as before. You almost bring yourself to see the truth, and then you...
Maybe it isn't true. All I know is that I went to the party and had 9 cocktails and woke up married.
That's not all you know, Mrs. Justin. You hold the answer deep within your own mind. Consciously, you've forgotten it. That's the way the human mind works. Whenever something is too unpleasant, too shameful for us to entertain, we reject it. We erase it from our memory. But the imprint is always there. Nothing is ever really forgotten.
But haven't all people had sex at Tupperware parties?
It wouldn't be human if we hadn't.
That's how I feel about it. But what I need to find is a decent rental property in the United States. I've never had any luck in this hellhole. I've hated almost every place I've lived in since I was born.
You're an orphan.
I will be eventually.
You've lived most of your life here in Switzerland.
Not yet, but I almost died a couple of days ago.
Incipient tuberculosis, from which you made a complete recovery.
I show everybody my lungs.
Those 2 years in the sanitarium, it's not a very happy time, was it?
I had nightmares, especially when I was asleep.
These nightmares resumed about 6 weeks ago.
So?
You've been married about the same length of time.
Sucking canal water there, Doctor. My husband isn't the problem. He hardly ever lets me go to sleep.
And now he's taking you back to America.
10-4.
You're happy about this, of course.
I couldn't be happier. We've rented a very nice house. $800 a month, utilities included.
Well, perhaps it's for the best. These dreams may have some associations for you here in Switzerland. If so, I think it's quite possible you may leave these behind, too. At least we hope so.
That's a big load of hooey. Tell me, Doctor, you don't really think that having sex has anything to do with me being married, do you?
No, I merely noted the coincidence.
But you kept asking to inspect Philip's genital area. Why?
I do that in most cases, Mrs. Justin. Sometimes the husband can be very helpful.
Well, I know we always intended to come, and he would have no problem with the request, because he loves getting the big fella out.
Mrs. Justin, your husband came to see me 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yes, I believe he mentioned it. Were you impressed, Doctor?
I believe you've known your husband a very short time.
Yes. We met for only 10 brief minutes, 11 counting the foreplay.
Then whatever's causing these dreams occurred a long time before you met Philip Justin.
We're done, Doctor. And don't bother billing me. I'm awake, retard. I may have a suitcase problem. I packed those vibrators the psychiatrist gave me.
Well, it'll get through customs anyway.
But some of them are still running. Your family might think I'm oversexed.
I don't have any family, Sheila.
You have no family, Philip? Oh. Were you abandoned and raised by weasels?
Doesn't matter.
Well, yeah. I suddenly find out I have no in-laws, no one to criticize, to make fun of. This is thoughtless of you to have a dead family.
All these years I've been looking for you. I try to get some sleep.
Yeah. Philip!
Yes?
Why didn't you tell me you were a transvestite?
I did tell you. Don't you remember?
No. I wondered about the bra. Turn around! Go back, Philip! It's yucky! Really yucky!
Sheila, what is it? What's wrong?
I hate that house. It's a center hall plan.
Nonsense, it can't be. You said you've never been in Florida before. How could you have seen it?
I've seen the layout before. Not enough bathrooms. Oh, Philip, it scares me.
It's an old, empty house. Why are you afraid of a house?
It smells bad. But if it makes you happy, I'll bite the bullet.
Many of us have experienced that sinking feeling of seeing your new home for the first time. Kind of like a blind date, but you have to live in it. You can't just pretend you're sick and slam the door. I forgive you, Brenda. We'll be right back. When we left the movie, Sheila was having tremendous misgivings about going into the house. In this next act, she puts her doubts aside and gives it a try. She knows, as a newlywed, she has to learn to cope with disappointment.
My husband's an extremely macho guy. I think you'll find out he's the dominant male.
There ain't been no male here for the last 17 years.
You carry the bags upstairs and we decide which bedroom we're going to use.
Philip, this is the ugliest house I've ever lived in, and that's including the trailer park. Stinky old rugs, velvet painting stains on the walls, lava lamps, peel and stick tiles. Not exactly my dream home.
You never mentioned going into a bedroom in your dream.
You're bad. Can't you wait until we have some privacy?
The door is closed. Sheila.
I told you, Philip. We can't have sex in that room. Not the way I want it. The kind of sex I dream about.
But why? Why do you dream about it? What does it mean to you?
It's just something I enjoy doing. But not in that room. Not with those floral drapes. I'll be projectile vomiting. Later that night, Philip was a long time in the bathroom. He was making some pretty strange noises.
I think Sheila may be overreacting. The face at the bedroom window in the middle of the night could just be the cable guy. Or not. Well, Sheila and Philip have been in the house for a whole day and they still haven't met the landlord. That's about to change. Wow, how exciting is that? Please don't answer.
Everything's all right now. Don't worry. Whatever made you go prowling around in the dark?
There was someone looking in that window. I think it was the telephone guy. He was supposed to come between 2 and 6.
It had to be Jonah. There's no one else around here for miles. For some reason, he's trying to scare us away from here.
Think so? Is he hoping to watch us having sex?
I don't know. I'm gonna find out right now.
Philip!
Don't worry. Just lock the door. You'll be safe here. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
All right, but wear a jock.
I can handle it.
Philip was bragging to the hired hand about how the honeymoon was going, but I decided to take a look around and see just how much redecorating needed to be done. I took a gun so that if I saw something really ugly, I could kill myself. The upper hall wasn't too bad. The colors were a little nauseating, but you couldn't see that in black and white. But then I saw the wallpaper and those velvet paintings and the lava lamp and the disco ball. Who has a disco ball in their main foyer? Maybe the former tenant was Donna Summer. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of decorators? The shadow do. But when I saw the tattered shears, I knew it was curtains for all of us.
Good morning.
Maybe.
My name is Snell. I own this house, and I'd appreciate an explanation of what you're doing here.
My husband rented it.
Then in that case, I'd like to speak with your husband, if I may.
He should be up and around soon. We're newlyweds. He had a pretty scary night last night.
You said your husband rented the house, Mrs.
None of your business. My husband and I both caught a strange rash.
From whom?
Could have been anyone. From the realtor, I suppose.
This house is not in the hands of a realtor, and no one has approached me to rent it. And I wouldn't be interested in any case. I believe my caretaker informed you of that last night.
Well, now he's a piece of work. If you're unfamiliar with the concept of group sex, my husband can explain it.
Mrs. Justin, I don't want to appear to be unpleasant, but I'm not interested in explanations. You and your husband will have to leave this house immediately.
Well, that suits me fine.
You see, Mrs. Justin, the house has been closed up for a good many years. It's not even fit to live in. It's not safe. As a matter of fact, the electricity's been turned off. So if you fell through the floor or stumbled on the stairs, I'd be liable. I'm sure you understand.
No problem. I wanted to split last night when one of Philip's sexual aids was, but it wouldn't start.
Well, I'm not very much of a mechanic, but what seems to be the trouble?
My husband said the batteries had been stolen.
Stolen? By whom? There's no one around here for miles except Jonah, my caretaker. And I can assure you he wouldn't do anything to delay your departure.
That's your story. I think he's a bit of a pervert. You want to take your clothes off, don't you?
Don't you? This is a place you could never forget. You do remember being here, don't you, Mrs. Tierney?
Not with you. You confused me with Mrs. Tierney.
Did I? I meant Mrs. Justin, of course.
Hey, now. Wait a minute. Philip Tierney. That's his name, isn't it? Look at me, Mr. Snell. Is Philip the last of the Tierneys?
Yes. Philip is the last of the Tierneys.
I hate not knowing who I married. Honeymoon was confusing enough. He'd put on my bra, panties, and a wig. An afro wig, and then he'd dance with things flopping. I worked so hard to erase those visuals.
Don't you remember any of it?
It's all new to me. A man in a girdle, singing Elvis songs, and here I am renting, instead of buying. Against my father's wishes. He always told me to get a lot while you're young. And it's not easy paying first and last. And Philip never pays for anything. Do you think he's gay?
These are questions for your husband to answer, Mrs. Tierney, not me. I wish I could help you, but I can't. It would have been better if you had never left Switzerland.
We should never have rented this house. It's ugly and humid, and it wrecks my hair. Philip's gone really weird here. Why is he acting like that guy on Bonanza? Pernell Roberts.
Possibly only Philip knows. I urge you for your own safety to leave this house at once. Take my car if you like, but get away from here. Now.
Now, to me, a stranger falling over my stair railing would be an instant lease breaker. But then again, I'm not in the middle of a bad movie. Or am I? Let's be honest. When you rent a place, there comes a time when you have to confront the landlord with all of the items that are just not acceptable. It's the same with Sheila and Philip. In the conclusion to Terror in the Rented House, the confrontation is dramatic. I would have said in the exciting conclusion, but I started this speech with let's be honest.
Now listen to me. There's nothing up there to be afraid of. It's just an attic, full of dust and cobwebs. When you were a little girl, it was your favorite place to play in rainy days. You remember. This trunk full of old clothes. You used to dress up in them. Remember, darling?
No.
It'll all come back to you. Believe me, it will. It'll all come back to you. Everything.
Don't open the door! I can't even look. If I see those curtains, the ugly shears, I'll pass out!
Sheila!
Philip grabbed me and carried me up to the ugliest room I'd ever seen. I know it wasn't easy on him either. I'd put on a lot of weight since the wedding. He put me down on the bed, and as usual, I pretended I was asleep. Philip wanted to have his way with me, but he checked first to see if his video crew had arrived. Then suddenly, and without warning, I actually did fall asleep and began having strange dreams about Philip's family that I found to be somewhat disturbing.
They're nude! They're all nude! And they're fat! The flab! The flab's unreal! It's everywhere! Flab! They're obese! They're obese.
It wasn't a dream. Your family were all fat, and I saw it.
That's when I stopped using the name of Tierney. I swore that I'd never use that name again until people could stop whispering it behind closed doors.
Listen. Mice?
What'd you do with the gun?
It was dirty. I washed it.
Get over there.
If you want to fight, well, let's have it now. Come on now.
We stopped renting and bought a home after that. I finally found what I had always wanted. Equity.
I'm not sure what the message is. My wife has an uncle who passes wind and then says you're better to have an empty house than a bad tenant. So maybe that's it. Our next movie is a sequel. Originally called Hercules Unchained, after watching it, we went with Hercules Unchanged. And once again, I get to flex my vocal muscles as the voice of the major homo himself.
Shocks are gone in this cart. I can't take the bouncing. Should have worn a jock. Yowza, I need to lie down.
If you like men with large, firm breasts, you'll enjoy this movie, and I'm guessing you've got nothing better to do. That's next time on the Playhouse. I'll see you then.